So I shared how Dark Souls 1 was kind of disappointing and I didn't like it. But Dark Souls 3... Praise the sun, I'm giving Soulsborne another chance, and let's get this first journal kicked off with a brand new pledge. I hear Dark Souls 3 has 19 bosses, 6 of which are optional, and so I herefore pledge to kill every boss in Dark Souls 3. There, I said it. Will I live to regret that? Most likely, but you know what? Sometimes you gotta seek out a crazy challenge. I could have said, let's get to the credits, but... let's make these pledges exciting and interesting. I'm going to kill all the bosses in Dark Souls 3 because Dark Souls 3 has sold me on it being pretty decent after 2 streams, 8 hours of gameplay. I think the bullshit counter went up once or twice, but so far we're pretty good. And in Dark Souls 1 by the second stream, I was already having a down moment. So there's a lot of good stuff that have been fixed in Dark Souls 3 that really help fix the issues I had in Dark Souls 1, and we're going to talk a lot about that, and then about my progress in Dark Souls 3. The first thing, though, Dark Souls 3 ruined for me is I was totally going into this expecting to be another Chosen Undead, and having to, like, do the thing with the fire again. So I made my guy, knowing he would be probably hollow most of the time. I called him the Chosen Raisin because I thought I'd be funny. And then I realized that you are not the Chosen Undead in this game. You are the Ashen one. And you don't like wrinkle, you just lose your amber, and then when you're good, you're all like flamed up. So that was a twist. The next twist is I learned that, oh, we're not out on a pilgrimage to kill the last Fire Lord and extend the Fire Age. No, we're in some kind of dimension where the Fire Age is like, it's known that we have to do the fire ritual, and we are not worthy of being kindling, but we know some good old lords that are worth their kindle or two, and so it's our job to go get these lords out of their holes so that they show up and all burn together to extend the Age of Fire. At least I think that's what the story is right now. So I don't know what's going on, but I'm familiar with from Dark Souls 1 to understand what the whole hubbub is about with fire and why it's so important. So in terms of build, you know, I reflected on my Dark Souls 1 experience, and I was like, maybe my play style, like maybe my experience would have been better with a different play style. And because I kind of complained about a lot of things in Dark Souls 1 and I used a strength build, I was like, let's go for something a little bit faster in this one. And so I picked the Mercenary, focusing on dexterity weapons, and you start off with the 2 blades. And I have to say, I love the 2 blades. The speed is awesome. I can like fast roll and I go whoosh whoosh, and then you hit like L1 and you go whoosh, and then like it's the comboing feels really good. Things are dying in like one combo set, which is perfect for me. So I'm really enjoying the Mercenary dual blade, dual sword character. Next is I love hubs. I don't know what it is with me, but video games and hubs, I love it. Like Mario Galaxy has a hub, love it. Mario 64 has a hub, love it. If it has a hub, I love it. I just love this idea of having a central place to focus on and like call your own. And then you go off into the world, you do stuff, and then you bring everything back to your hub. And Dark Souls 3 does that. You're in a hub, and you got your smithy, you got your level up, you got everything you need right there. And then as you go and get things, they kind of show up in your hub. It's like your home, and hopefully nobody here kills people that make your home not feel like your home. Looking at you, Dark Souls 1 Firelink Shrine. So love the idea of a hub. The bonfire and the whole mechanic of leveling up has been overhauled, where now you only level up in the hub by touching this lady's darkness, which I don't think I'm ever going to get tired of that. At first it was creepy, but I'm like, you know what? Level me up. Let me touch your darkness. And so, I mean, it's great because you can actually teleport from the get-go, which is another fantastic thing. And the amount of bonfires, it's like if God had a box of Skittles that was... a box of M&Ms that was bonfires and just poured it all over this game. There's like M&Ms everywhere. That's a really long roundabout way to say. There's a lot of bonfires. In fact, I was like, didn't I just light a bonfire and I'm coming across another bonfire? And you know what? I'm happy with that. Bring on the bonfires. No to the run backs. I love how much bonfire there's. And so like you progress, then you go back to your base, you feel all good, you talk to your peeps, and then you go back and you try to progress. It's got that formula from Dark Souls 1 that I saw the potential in, but it polished it in a way that is more fun and engaging for me. I think, the issues are there, the ones I had in Dark Souls 1, but they are lessened to a point where they are either negligible or I can just deal with it. Like there was one boss, the Vort of the Boreal Valley, the big, what was he? Was he a pig or a boar or something else? Anyways, that thing, the ice pig, we'll call him the ice pig because I don't remember what he was. His run back, I complained at first. And then I had that aha moment. Something I learned in Dark Souls 1 is that you don't have to kill everything that you come across. Running through things is a legitimate strategy in this game. And so it's all about learning how to run and not get hit in key areas. And now that I'm leaning more into that strategy, it makes everything else manageable. It's like, okay, new area, we go in cautiously, we kill everything, unless we get overwhelmed. If we know the area, okay, we figure out the path, how to get around everything so that we can just explore and just kill the things we need to kill. So all of that is feeling pretty good. The atmosphere is, I think, another thing I complained a lot about Dark Souls 1. It was just depressing. In this one, it's depressing, but it's not as depressing. Like there is light in the game. Like you are wandering a world that feels bigger. It feels like there's actually light. It feels like you're in the daytime. You're not just always sulking in the dark. Like you can still have apocalyptic feel and provide light. And I think that's what I wanted out of Dark Souls 1. And Dark Souls 3 does it. It's still a dark themed game and everything's kind of depressing. But I mean, at least I can see the world and I can see this beautiful artwork and like everything that they designed. So atmosphere, big game changer for me. The fact that flasks are now things that you can find in the environment makes it so much more enticing to explore. And I know some of you will criticize me for that because I don't explore as much as you do. But when I do explore to my liking and I find a flask, super rewarding. The first few flasks, I needed some help from the chat to get me going because I was at 4 flasks and trying to take down a tree by kicking them in the nuts, and it wasn't working. I needed more flasks. So we got 2 with chat's help, and then I got a few more on my own just by exploring things. The combat feels more fluid and more like that I'm in control. The old one I can just describe as slow and clunky. And it's so wild to me that I'm transitioning from Dark Souls to Dark Souls 3 where everything gets smoother and better. And then in my like parallel journey of Monster Hunter, I'm going from World Rise to 3U where everything goes clunky, like we're going in the opposite direction. I'm not far enough into Monster Hunter 3U to say if it's gonna have the same like problems I had with Dark Souls of like just being old and clunky. But yeah, Dark Souls 3 fixes so many of the combat issues. Like I see an enemy attack, I'm like, I can iframe this, I can roll into it, I can whoosh, I can roll out. Like I just feel so much more in control in battles. Which takes us to the bosses. Now I pledged to kill all the bosses in this game, and I've already got 4 of them down, so I've only got 15 more to go. The bosses right away, way less squishy. These things, you can't just face tank them anymore. Like I got to be a little bit more on my toes. I got to observe them. I got to learn the patterns, and I got to learn how to iframe some moves. It feels way more like a dance and a more rewarding experience. Right from the get-go, the first boss you fight, which is like Iudex Gundyr or something, that thing was a tough fight, but it was a good one to read, to learn how to move around him. I think I might have died to him once, or I'm not sure if I died to him or if this is the one that I actually got on my first try. But first boss, super intimidating, but also really fun to kill. The next one killed me a ton of times, this Vort of the Boreal Valley. And, I got caught off guard because he has like a phase 2 when he's at half health. And that one, there was a pretty like, not the best run back, so I had to go, like I died a few times on the run back, and then it was just a matter of learning, okay, how do I position myself, when do I slash, when should I dodge, and there was that learning going on, which I really enjoyed. And then when you put it all together, but yeah, all these bosses have so much HP, like they're really chunky. I'd have to say Vort is probably my least favorite boss out of the 4 that I had so far. The first one was a great first impression. And then we went to the Cursed Rotted Greatwood, which at first I was so confused. I couldn't figure out where his weak points were. And then I saw like in his groin something that was like, his balls were colored differently. I was like, don't tell me. don't tell me I have to go in there. And so I go and hack at his sack, and there's blood coming out. And just like, oh my God, why would they make you do this? This, like, I feel the tree's pain. Like, he's just sitting back with his like legs across. He can't even stand. And you're just like whacking at his bag, and it's just like, oh my God, at his tree bag. Like, ugh. And then that bursts, and I'm just like twitching because I feel the pain. It's like getting kicked between the legs. It's not really cool. I'm all for monsters that have like multi weak points that you have to like hack away at. And this one I did like, except there was a bit of moves I didn't quite like the fact that this big arm comes out from his stomach after a while, and you can like reach around, and there's like I couldn't tell the tell. That I didn't like, but I learned that, you know what, I just focus on getting rid of the front stuff fast, and then I can go behind him, and then I can hack the last sacks in the back, and then we're all good, and he's dead. So yeah, that one was pretty good, and learning to go into the groin really quick so that you can go underground, because when you go underground, it stops spawning all the mobs, making the fight a little bit more manageable. So honestly, I did prefer the Great Wood more than the Boreal Valley dude. Then we continued into a forest. We came across this thing called the Crystal Sage. This is the thing I killed in the first attempt. And, you know, I hacked at it. I was like, okay, what's going on? Okay, it just teleports. Is this all there is to it? And then I realized it has illusions, and you have to look for the purple one, not the blue one. And so once I figured that out, we just focused on that, face tanked it, killed it, moved on. So I think I'm at a point where I'm getting very close to my first Lord dude that I'm supposed to bring back, which I forget what they're called. I don't think they're called lords, but, you know, the one that sits on the throne, I think we're going to set him on fire. I'm like in a cathedral or a monastery. And this part, the mobs have been killing me, which I just got to learn. Like, I keep dying to like surprise attacks and stuff. So I just have to learn what's going on here and then make our way through it. And then I will have my first, I don't know if I fight the Lord or what happens, or if I just talk to him and I'm like, hey, can you come back to the hub so we can burn you? Yeah, I don't know what that's going to be like. So we'll see how it goes, but Dark Souls 3 so far is a lot more comfortable. It's a lot more interesting. And the fact that I did Dark Souls 1 makes me appreciate Dark Souls 3 so much more. I'm happy I did 1. Like, I'll never regret my playthrough of 1, but 3 is just treating me so much better. And yeah, I'm having a good time. So let's hope it doesn't take a step down, and let's hope there's no BS bosses, because I just pledged to kill all of them, and we got 15 left. So looking forward to doing all that. I'll see you on the next Souls Journal, and until next time, keep it classy.